Okay, Oval fans, we're talking Season 3, Episode 14, entitled The Command Performance. I thought it was a pretty decent episode. 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's a fair enough score. But really, we pick up where we left off. And speaking of picking up, we got a couple of guards who have picked up Victoria off screen, but we do see her being brought to Donald's office. She's placed in the chair, and then Donald sends the guards out. And as soon as they leave, they're gone. How'd I do? Wicked. So basically, this scene is Victoria just trying to get feedback on the speech, So how was I? I was trying to look disheveled, in despair, like I really cared, like the loving mother. And, Donald, trust and believe, we know when he's being sarcastic and when he isn't, but he genuinely felt that he was taken aback. He was surprised. I mean, it was written all over his face during the speech at a couple of moments. And I posted a video last night about how Victoria's confession was an almost perfect moment. And thankfully, we did have follow-up in this episode. So I guess you could say in a way it was perfect. But basically, yeah, Donald's face during the speech, a few times we cut away to him and his mouth is literally hanging open because he could not believe that Victoria was being that convincing. So after the credits come and go, we actually have, it looks like a White House doctor being dismissed because Victoria's fine. And from there, it's just a matter of checking in to see what's going on. Donald pulls out his phone because Victoria wants to know how they're doing. Apparently, her and her husband are trending online, and it's too early to tell, but at the moment, it seems that her little stunt worked. She said, yeah, I can't do everything myself, but I did set the foundation. We just got to keep the heat on so people know that we actually do care, and it's flipping the narrative of what the vice president set out to do. Now, it's just Victoria being Victoria at this point, where she's just taking jabs at Donald in regards to Alan and Hunter not being interested in him, and the fact, why don't you come out of the closet, and why don't you know where your wife is? So from there, she's like, you know what, I'm going to leave to go find a dress that's appropriate for visiting my hurt and damaged son in the hospital. So as soon as she leaves, Donald's like, this cruel, cold bitch. So Richard and Barry, they arrive back at the house. And, Barry's still bickering about the thing about, Sharon and the president at the White House and Denise. And Richard is just, again, telling his son, the less you know, the better. Keep your mouth shut. And then Nancy calls him into the living room. And this is the part where I said, yeah, we're following up from that speech from last week where Nancy was watching the news. And she's watching a news report. It looks like the news is right outside of the hospital where Jason is. The president's motorcade came first. And then, they anticipate the first lady to be coming soon. And this is a callback to episode 1, because I believe one of the first scenes after the opening credits, because the opening scene was Hunter and Victoria. But after that, we go over to Nancy's house and we see her watching the news about the president and first lady. And it's just one of those things where it's a cool callback. And we'll get another callback later on in the episode. But they see what's going on the news in regards to Jason. Nancy tries to ask Richard about it, and Barry just has a smart remark. You know what, Ma? He can't tell us anything. So then he leaves, and that's the end of Barry for the episode. It's kind of funny because I'm so used to seeing him at the forefront of the game. So to see Vaughn just make random appearances or cameos as Barry on the Oval, I find pretty funny. So we move forward with Nancy telling Richard the situation about Priscilla. Priscilla came over. I talked to her like you asked me to. She's not backing down. She isn't taking any time off. And is there a way you can get her suspended? Nancy, I'm not her boss. Well, can you talk to her boss? That's not a good idea. I'll talk to Sam or something. Well, please do something before she does something stupid. Nancy, if you only knew the number of things that Priscilla has done thus far to qualify as stupid. Man, oh man. So, moving forward from there, we go over to Sam going down to the holding cell that Kyle's in, and basically he's trying to get information. tell me about why you shot Agent Yuma and Max. And basically he wants to know everything. Kyle literally spits at him and says, your ass is mine as soon as I get out of here. I have you on a federal warrant from the vice president. Well, you know, Donald. Where's Donald? He's going to know I'm gone. Donald. Well, you're awfully close to Donald, huh? Yeah, I'm gay, Sam. Me and him F each other. Come again? Yeah, that's what he asked me to do all the time. Yeah, you can tell Kyle is losing his mind at the moment. It's just crazy. I mean, remember, he got his ass whooped. No, actually, what? He goes from waterboarding Lily to a shootout in the attic with Max and Bobby. Then he gets to work, gets his ass kicked, gets thrown into the back of a vehicle. The first son lands on said vehicle. Now he's in a holding cell. Kyle's had one hell of a day. So, he literally breaks it down about why Sam is just playing. He's just playing a game, but he's playing on the wrong checkerboard, so to speak. It's like Sam is focused on one game board when in reality, he needs to be focused at the poker table because of the fact that he's so dead set on bringing down the president, not knowing that the president is just a puppet. I mean, the companies and corporations, the trillions of dollars that are, you know, basically on the line for this guy not to work, not to do his job, not to show up to meetings. You know, all that's going to come crashing down on Sam. He's just a he's less than a pawn in this game that he thinks he knows he's playing. So Sam, realizing that Kyle isn't going to tell him a damn thing, he just ups and leaves. And Sam pulls a Neville from iCarly. You will rue the day that you met me, Sam. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Neville said you will rue the day. And then Sam was the name of Carly's friend. Wow, it's funny how that all comes together. So, we go over to Dale, Sharon, and Kareem. This was, believe it or not, this was probably my favorite Dale, Sharon, and Kareem scene ever. I mean, usually I'm kind of like, meh. It's kind of the same old, but I actually like this scene. So they get back home to their apartment, or should I say Kareem's apartment, and Dale is winded. He says, I want to lay down. And he's like, and Kareem's like, hey, you need my help? Oh, wait, no. You know, I'll just sit here for a little bit. Oh, okay, you're not going to go to the bed? You're just going to sit in the chair? Fine. So, in any case, there were two moments of this scene that made me laugh out loud. The first one is this. You know, so they're all quiet. They're just trying to collect themselves. Like, Kareem still doesn't know what's going on. Sharon and Dale are just like... And out of nowhere, Dale gets a phone call. And he picks up the phone. And it's Donald. Is he with you? What? You know who I'm talking about. Is he with you? No, I haven't seen him since, you know, the last time. And, you know, you said I haven't. No, I know he's with you. If I find out, you are. Then he kind of, I love how Dale's like freaked out. And then Donald's like, yeah, I know he's with you. Yeah, you I want to get your ass to him. And then he hangs up the phone. And Dale's like, and Kareem's like, Dale, who was that? And then he looks over at Sharon. Dale looks over at Sharon and he reveals what's going on. Chief of staff. And then that agent. You know, he shot me with non-lethal bullets to teach me a lesson. And he said he's going to kill me if I ever see that agent again. And I swear I haven't seen him because I've been with y'all the whole time. And now he just called me threatening me again. And Kareem's like, wait, what? And then from there, Sharon talks about how she was abducted and everything. And Kareem is skeptical of the entire situation because he can't wrap his head around what's going on. So he wants to go to the police and they warn him not to. So they all get a drink. And it's funny. It's like, yeah, I need a drink. And Dale's like, don't worry, I'll pour. He's about to struggle to get out the chair. And Sharon looks at him and says, pour, you could barely stand up, boy. Sit down. That moment was hilarious because I'm thinking the same thing. Dale, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, you can barely move. So this scene literally made me laugh 2 times just right off the rip. So they pour some drinks. They all have a sip. And Sharon's like, yeah, don't go to the police. That's the worst thing you could do. Dale jumps in saying, yeah, they can do nothing in the situation. These people are powerful. They're deadly. And I can understand Kareem being like, so what are we supposed to do? Just sit around here? What, y'all ain't scared? Of course we are. What, we're just supposed to sit around, wait for you to be abducted again, wait for Dale to be shot? What's going on? Like, he takes a drink and Sharon's like, I got Mr. Richard to help out. He's going to do something about it. What? He's a butler, Sharon. What's he going to do? Stab somebody with a butter knife? If Kareem only knew how many times people got sliced, diced, stabbed, shot, or whatnot in the freaking White House, he would probably change his tune about that. So after, you know, just taking a hard drink, he decides to go for a walk. And Sharon and Dale like, no, where are you going? No, oh, no, I'm going for a walk. I shouldn't have told him. I told you so. And I'm like, well, Kareem was he was still going to press y'all about that, so there's really nothing you could do. Now, I'm going to guess that this scene right now kind of takes place in regards to moments after Victoria's speech and the news reports talking about Jason in the hospital. Alan is trying to get Alonzo to open his eyes, and Alonzo still can't believe that Victoria's behind the Ellie murder and all these other situations going on. And he's hesitant at first, but he gives Alan a gun saying, I'm going to need that back. I want to come check on you later on. When are you coming to work? I'm not sure. Well, next time I come back, all this stuff better not be gone. I think he might be referencing the bottle of alcohol in front of him. But Alan thanks him for coming over, and they'll talk again soon. They fist bump, and then Alonzo goes on his way. I just love this scene, too, because Alan is literally breaking down, and he has every reason to, because it's like everything he believed in regards to his job, the people he worked with, his girlfriend, turned out to be a lie. And now it's gone international because, it's on the news now about the son being crazy, killing people, all these cover-ups. And Alonzo, Alan's like, yeah, you work for them, right? I'm on detail for their son. Well, why don't you get him to tell you something? He could talk. He will. He'll tell you everything. How, Alan? He's in critical condition in the hospital. Oh, yeah. Okay. So from there, we go over to the vice president and second lady. And Eli can't sleep. And Eli, I know you're going through a lot right now. I'd be stressed out too. But if Simone came down the stairs and told me to come to bed to comfort me, I'd care my ass, without even the bed. Like, hey, we're going to do it on the couch right here. But anyway, he can't sleep. Simone tries to get him to rest, encourages him not to give up due to the fact that these people are wicked. We need to take them down. You're not going to lose your job. You're going to be the next president of the United States. So right now we need to regroup, get some rest, come back strong, because even though it seems like Victoria's plan is working now, they can put the right pieces in place in order to move forward. And that's man, just like Fatima and Zach, Zach being depressed and then Fatima uplifting him. That's what Simone is to Eli. And my gosh, maybe they're so refreshing to see because of how Hunter and Victoria act. It's like the first lady and president's dynamic is nothing like the second lady and the vice president's dynamic. So that's probably why Eli and Simone are truly a breath of fresh air here. So shifting gears to the hotel, Lily wakes up from the nightmare of her torture and Bobby tries to comfort her. This woman, again, just like Alan, Lily is having a freaking breakdown because of the fact that she's trying to get some air, and Bob's like, no, don't go to that window. Why? For your safety, don't go to that window. And at first I'm looking at this scene like, damn, here we go with Lily being stupid again. But then I'm like, no, I mean, if you take a moment to really think about it, you understand what she's going through. Sure, she's like, what, I had my life, I thought Donald was the one, and now he's like, he'll give me up and this and that. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like torturing is next level. Don't get me wrong. I thought that she would be unhinged like back in season 1 after Donald tried to choke her, strangle her. But this was next level. The fact that she was in a situation where her torture was extended, between her and Kyle. So I can definitely see why this woman's coming apart. And it's like, yeah, you're with Bobby and Max now, but how many times have you been on the run? How many times have you been quote unquote safe? And it's only a matter of time before your current safety net just falls apart, and then you're back into the hands of the people who don't give a damn about your life. Like, they either want information or they want you dead, and sometimes both. So yeah, I can understand what's going on. And the funny thing is, when Lily's having that nightmare and is screaming and Bobby wakes up, we kind of cut to Max, who's just stretched out on the couch. He's kind of like a puppy fidgeting in its sleep, because remember, Max was out in his truck waiting for Sam to show up, but apparently he never did, obviously. And from there, Max knocks on the door. Hey, is she okay? Yeah, it's Nightmare. Yeah, no wonder, sleeping with your ass. Carry your ass to bed. I don't care what it is. Even when Max and Bobby are trying to be serious to comfort somebody, they're going to get their jabs in at each other. So from there, Bobby, urges her to get in bed, to calm down. Everything's going to be all right. And she gets in bed slowly. And again, this scene I could have easily wrote off as, man, it's taking forever for her to get in bed and wasting time. No, I thought Sierra did a great job illustrating how Lily is literally crumbling. I mean, she's had one hell of a day. Well, it's not even been 24 hours. It was that morning where she went from being confident and cocky to being tied up and tortured to being rescued. So yeah, she's had a trying 18 hours or so. Now, after that, she gets in bed and she kind of, she's trembling. She grabs the gun and kind of puts it near her head under her pillow, which is a bad idea for many reasons. But yeah, she did it. So Kareem carries his ass down to the police station. And he's talking to one of the cops about a kidnapping of his girlfriend. And his girlfriend, it was a couple days ago, but she's okay now. Do you know who did it? It was some guy from the White House. And then he's like, what kind of medication are you on? No, I'm telling the truth. I need to talk with somebody. Look, we can talk to my sergeant or, something. Well, wait a minute. You said your name's Kareem, right? Kareem? You work at the pharmacy. How did you know that? I was the one that, questioned you when you got assaulted. And it checks out. Yeah, that's continuity right there. Kind of like earlier with Nancy watching the news. Yeah, this is the same cop that talked to Kareem after I believe it was Barry that beat him up in season 1. And they chat about the situation. And he says, okay, what I can do is take you to this back room, talk to the right people. And I thought we were talking to the sergeant. Come with me, man. So he opens the door. Kareem's led to a back room. So we go over to the hospital. Hunter's sitting by Jason's bedside. Dude's looking pretty rough. Donald comes in and they just have a little chat about what's going on. Hunter is just distraught that Victoria would sacrifice their son. And Donald kind of reassures him, yeah, I'm sorry that this happened, sir. But when he asks if it's working, he's like, yeah, because time has passed by between when Victoria asked Donald at the beginning of the episode how things were looking online versus now. Things are definitely looking in their favor, despite what the vice president tried to do regarding the narrative. And from there, Hunter just sits back and talks about how poor kid didn't have a chance. And Donald's just looking like, well, he is a serial killer, sir. He didn't say it, but he's thinking it. He talks about how Victoria and her parents, there was no love in the way she was raised, which translated or trickled down to their children and how they were raised. And from there, Victoria just comes in looking fine as hell, by the way. But she just goes on to just, pat herself on the back for, you ought to be thanking me. Yeah, he looks pretty beat up. That's what happens when you fall several stories, Victoria. Well, you know what? I did what I had to do. Things are looking good for us to hold power in the White House for the time being. Donald, assemble the right press team because, their press secretary and acting press secretary are both dead. Get the right people to keep the pressure on in order to keep the story up. I need to sit here and make it seem like I'm the doting mother. Hunter doesn't want to go home just yet. And they just start to bicker back and forth. And Donald looks for a way to get out of there. And before they do, or before he does, Victoria tells him, you better find your wife and keep her in line. That I will. So he goes out the door and he's standing out there. Grip is just looking like he has to use the bathroom, but he musters up the strength to tell Donald that he's sorry about the situation. He was the one that was watching Jason when he was on the roof, but he was too quick. And Donald's like, it's okay, because Grip was like ready to resign. I mean, hey, I don't blame him. And I'm surprised he didn't get chewed out for it. But from there, Donald just asked Grip to get Kyle for him because he hasn't seen nor heard from Kyle in a while. He should have checked in with me hours ago. And before Grip can even leave, he gets a phone call, and it's from DC police talking about a guy down there saying that his girlfriend was abducted by the president. And Donald, realizing what this is about, tells Grip to go down to the police station and handle it, and then go find Kyle. I'm about to go home. You keep me updated on what's going on. Alright, so the last couple scenes here, we got a brief Priscilla cameo. So Sam comes home, and Max calls him about the delivery for Kyle. And I mean, hell, Max keeps calling Sam in the middle of the night like he's DoorDash or Domino's Pizza. Hey, I need a delivery. I need an extra large Kyle with 2 bullet toppings. I got my own gun, and I'll handle him. Just come to my location. Like, I ain't got time for this, Max. Bye, Sam, beep. So it looks like because Max got woken up by Lily's nightmares, he just wants to go ahead and go after Kyle again, but that ain't going to happen. Priscilla comes out just, what the hell are you doing here, Sam? Same. It's just the same thing between the. Plus, we know Priscilla's been drinking most of the night anyway. And I changed the locks again. You know who I am. Basically, he's able to pick locks. You know what? I should have shot your ass when he came in. I should have done it. It's like, you know what? This is my house. I'm not leaving. What? You ain't going upstairs to make yourself comfortable? Actually, I am in the guest bedroom. Oh, you think you safe? That ain't going to save you. And then out of nowhere, Sam just says, I gotta go to work. I'll see you later. Where's he going? I mean, did he get a text or something? Or did he just decide to disappear in the middle of the night? And it's funny because earlier in the episode, when Richard said he talked to Sam about Priscilla, Nancy's like, we're going to run that man ragged the way he keeps going around like this. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, when's the last time this man has had, I don't even want to say a good night's sleep because it's hard to even get a good night's sleep with everything going on right now in the show. But when have we seen this man rest? The last time I saw a black man on the run like this, doing things for this person, that person, was David towards the ending of the Haves and the Have-Nots, you know, when Jim was in the hospital and then he kept getting him to check on Wyatt, check on Catherine and this and that. But the final scene, Kareem is in the, you know, back room that the officer led him into, and he's standing in the corner. Kareem's at the table, and then a guy comes in, and apparently this was the sergeant or lieutenant that was supposed to come in, but Kareem's like, so who are you? Why aren't you wearing a uniform? This is my uniform. Are you a police officer? No, I'm not. I'm a Secret Service agent. So what's this about the president kidnapping someone? No, actually, I think I made a mistake. So then the Grip takes out his gloves, and I'm just thinking about Donald, Kyle, glove up. So he puts on his gloves, and when he's doing this, the police officer just starts to, make his way towards the door to walk out. Kareem's like, no, I ain't got, no, I was wrong. I don't know what I was talking about, this girl. Then he just starts yelling, wait. And so Kareem is yelling. Grip puts his hand on his, over his mouth. And then it looks like he injects him with something in the neck. And then that was it. So all I'm thinking is, Kareem, you did it to your damn self. I mean, I understand you basically, you have Dale and Sharon unloading a lot of major details to you about what happened to them, and you just want to go to the police without really comprehending the fact that, hey, don't you think the police in DC are in the president's pocket? So you go down there telling these stories, and then you don't expect there to be consequences. I mean, given the fact that the chief of staff had Dale shot, that the agent that Dale was involved with was also sent to abduct Sharon and bring her to the White House. You don't think the police officers would not have contacts to the White House? Oh boy. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But overall, I thought this was a pretty decent episode. It had its moments. I don't think it was the best of the back half of the season so far, but it was definitely better than the majority of the first half of season 3. So with that being said, let's talk about it more in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe as we get closer. Wow, we are less than 1,000 people away from 200,000 subscribers. So we, day by day, well, hour by hour, 200,000 is becoming more of a reality. So hit subscribe, hit the bell icon and select all. That way you are up to date when I post content on the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.